Hey everybody, welcome to a new episode of POVincent. It's been a while since I put out a video, well, because my computer crapped out on me, so I had to get a new one. And now that I have it, new reviews. And just in time, because we just had the release of one of the most anticipated films of the year. The remake of Stephen King's It. So before I go on, I just want to admit right off the bat, I have not read the novel. I know, shame on me. I accept that. But I did rewatch the 1990 TV movie just to get myself familiar again, especially since, well, I haven't seen it since I was a kid, and even then I have vague memories of it. So yes, I will be making references to the older movie in this review. But with that said, let's get into this. It is about a demonic, monstrous clown who is killing off kids in a small town. A band of local outcast kids come together to defeat this destructive creature. So, unlike the original 1990 TV movie, which broke things up between the main characters when they were kids and when they were adults, this just focuses on the characters when they're kids. There's no flashing back and forth between them being adults and them being kids. And I actually prefer that because with kids, things can get creepier with kids, especially from a kid's point of view. When you're a kid, sometimes the world can seem scary and dark and mean and unfair. I mean, hell, it can even seem like that to us now. But as kids, it's a little more, brutal, a little more emotional. So I like how they stuck with just being kids. Another thing they don't do unlike the original is, well, they kind of cut the bullcrap from the original 1990 movie. If you're a fan of that movie, good for you. I just didn't think it was that good. One of the bullcrap things they cut from is when Pennywise, the monster, is coming at these kids, he actually does try to kill them. In the original movie, there's moments where he has them, he could kill him, but then he just kind of disappears off or runs off or whatever. In this version, when there's moments and when they're almost getting killed, there's a reason why he doesn't finish them off. Something happens or interrupted, something like that. So I like how they cut that kind of nonsense out of this version of the film. So we're going to move on to characters now. Before I do, listen, there are 7 kids in this main cast and a few other characters, so in order to keep the review from going too long, I'm only going to focus on a few of the kids that I feel like, are the most interesting or they push the plot along. So if I don't talk about one of the kids and you want to know my opinion on it, let me know down in the comments which character and I will tell you. All right, let's start things off with Bill, played by Jaden Lieberher. Bill's motivation in this movie is that almost a year ago, his younger brother George disappeared, and he is thought to be dead. But Bill is in denial of it, even though it's pretty obvious to everyone else around him. He wants to find his brother. He misses him so badly. And he's the big brother. He feels responsible for the kid, And then once they find out that there's a monster in town killing kids, he's like, maybe he has George, or, maybe George is still alive. Either way, I gotta go stop this monster thing. And in that, he becomes the leader of the band of kids. Another thing about Bill, he has a stutter. He's like, we need to go find the monster, And the thing about the stutter is they use it in a good way where there's moments in the film where he doesn't stutter, where his braveness, his courage is coming out. It's really cool. And it's a good use of a character tick. Next, we're going to move on to Beverly, played by Sophia Lillis. Beverly, just like all the other kids that are main cast of characters, she's an outcast. Reason for her is that, well, she's known as the school slut. Whether or not this is true, you find out during the course of the film. But either way, boys walk up to her and grab their crotches around her. The other girls just make fun of her and treat her like trash. And you feel bad for her. You feel even worse when you see what her home life is like. And you find out that her father, well, he's physically and unfortunately sexually abusive toward her. You really do feel for this character. But at the same time, you find yourself a bit inspired by her because she has a strength to her, Life for her is crappy. It's horrible. But she is one of the bravest kids in the group. I would say either the bravest or second at worst, and even then it's a tight second. But yeah, you really gotta get inspired by her. As much as you kind of feel bad for her, but at the same time, you're amazed by the kind of strengths that she displays. It's really nice. Now let's talk about Ben, played by Jeremy Ray Taylor. Ben, he's the fat kid in the group. And as in all these kids' movies, there's always a fat kid. But it doesn't really define him. It's not like he's not one of those stereotypical fat character kids who just goes guys, are we going to take time for lunch? That kind of crap never comes up. He just happens to be overweight. That's it. I like that. They also show he's intelligent. He likes to study. He likes to learn stuff. He learns about the history of the town, and by doing so, he learns more about the monster and learns some things about it. Not a whole bunch of details, but enough to help the kids figure a few things out. He's also very poetic. He writes a little poem for Beverly, who he has a crush on. And there's kind of a love triangle thing going on between him, Bill, and Beverly, as there's points in the movie where Beverly shows affections to both characters, and you don't know who she's going to end up liking at the end. And of course, I won't spoil that for you. But either way, Ben's a good character. In fact, all the child actors picked in this film, they're all solid. Seriously, none of them puts in a poor performance. And which is also the same for the 1990 film. All the child actors in that one, they were all solid. So that's a nice little continuation. Because child actors, I mean, a normal adult actor can suck, but child actors can just get annoying. But they all do their jobs fine. Next, let's talk about the monster himself, Pennywise, played by Bill Skarsgård. Pennywise is creepy. He's twisted. He's beastly at times. Seriously, he can really be scary. And one of the things that helps him to be scary, unlike the 1990 movie because it was made for TV, is that this is a rated R film. He can get bloody and gory. I am not joking. There are times in the movie where you literally see him sink his fangs into kids. I'm not joking. You actually see him sink and just rip them apart. It really is horrible and gory, and that's what helps. The gore helps him make a little scarier, but it doesn't like totally on the gore. He does creepy dances and smiles and like jokes and like that laugh where he's like like that, and it's just like, oh, creeps you the crap out, and he scares you at the same time. He's a really good job. And I know this is probably going to be brought up, so I'm just going to bring it up now, because sooner or later somebody will ask me, who do I think was a better Pennywise, Bill Skarsgård or Tim Curry? I'm going to have to go with Bill Skarsgård. I just think he plays the character a lot better. I actually find him scary and creepy, whereas Tim Curry, don't get me wrong, Tim Curry, the guy's people love him. That voice of his, he's just a great character actor. He's fun to watch. But the original 1990 movie, I didn't really find him scary. He was creepy at times, but I never really found him that scary. But hey, it was still Tim Curry, so he still made it entertaining because, as I said, he's Tim damn Curry. One last character I'm going to bring up real quick because it would be weird if I didn't. Yes, Finn Wolfhard of Stranger Things is in this movie. He plays Ritchie, the annoying jokester. Sometimes he's funny, sometimes he's a little annoying. I'm sure most of you probably find him more funny than annoying. It's just, I think that's kind of a pet peeve of mine, the type of character he plays, which he plays well, just like all the other kids. I find certain characters like that a little bit more annoying than funny, but there are times he did legitimately make me laugh. So kudos to Finn Wolfhard. Next, let's talk about some of the other characters in the film. Just like in the original 1990 movie, the adults in this town, they're just mean or weirdos or just horrible. And it's something because these are the kids' parents. I don't get why this town's full of just horrible adults. In the original movie, they kind of made sense why some of the adults were apathetic to certain situations because Pennywise's influence on the entire town. And this one, I guess it just adds to the scariness of being a kid and in the world. But and sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But just so many just horrible adult people in this town. Why? Why? Of course, this film has a ton of special effects. I gotta say, guys, I really got almost no complaints about the special effects. Pennywise, when he's transforming and his jaw is getting big, it looks realistic. When he's just mutating and shape-shifting, it's all good. All the special effects are really solid. There's only one special effect I didn't like, and I can't go into detail without revealing something about one of the characters, but one of the characters' fear becomes physical, and it looked a little off to me. I don't know, that's the only one where I didn't find it, realistic looking. But, 95% of the rest of the special effects in this movie are solid, so really good work there. Despite this being a horror movie, there are some bright moments in the film where you see the kids just being kids, going for a swim, helping each other out, just having fun. It really helps build a relationship that, they're not completely brought together by the fact that their lives suck. They actually do enjoy each other's company. Some of them are already friends, some of them are just becoming friends. It's really nice. And plus, it helps break up the darkness and tension of certain moments in the film. There is one where it got a little too bright too quick, but otherwise, they're nice little moments to help you, smile along with the characters. So anyway, guys, the new It. Would I recommend you go see it, or I recommend you give it a skip? Well, guys, I'm going to go recommend you see it. I think it's a really good film. It's definitely scary at times, definitely creepy. All the members of the cast do a great job. There's not a poor performance in the whole film. Special effects are fine. I think it's a vast improvement over the 1990 TV movie. So, yeah, it's a good movie. Go check it out. Well, anyway, guys, that is my review of the new It. Please let me know what your point of view is down in the comments. If you're watching this on YouTube, thanks for checking out the video. And if you want to see more of my vids, well, come over and follow me on VidMe, as I'm more over there now than I am on YouTube. That's where I post most of my videos now. But until next time, thank you for viewing things through my perspective.